Hello, everybody. Tracy Rayun with 321Sportscast. I am here with Jaylah Parks, formerly of the Coco Tigers, soon to be graduate or already graduated?
Already graduated.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me here in the studio, Jaylah. How are you doing today, by the way?
I'm fine. How are you?
I can't complain. What do you think of the studio? It's small, but what do you think?
I think it has a very nice vibe to it. It's very creative. I like it.
We need to get some Coco Tiger stuff on the wall,
Yes,
but we'll get
very
there.
much so.
All right, so Jaylah, we're going to jump right into things here. So something that's intriguing about me is you're involved in a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, we've covered you for basketball, and I know basketball is probably your biggest passion from what I know. But you're also, let's talk about a few other things right out of the gate. You're involved in, and correct me if I'm wrong, marching band and concert band, gospel choir, track and field. Is that all correct?
Yes, sir. I was involved in marching band since my 8th grade. No, since my 9th grade, and I started playing trumpet in 8th grade. I stopped, and then I participated in color guard also. And I was in gospel choir since I was attending Coco High, so since 7th grade till my junior year, and then I stopped.
So that was going to be my question is, first of all, what instrument do you play? You said you play the trumpet. What's your inspiration to get into band, to play the trumpet? Is there did you grow up listening to jazz? Is there something that inspired you to play trumpet?
Well, my dad, when we were growing up, to get us to sleep, he used to listen to music and play music and stuff. And my mom, she was a part of color guard when she was in high school, and my brother played trumpet while he was in high school. My oldest brother. Okay. So it was kind of my inspiration. Let me try it out. Let's see what I can do.
Do you plan on continuing to play instruments after high school, or is it just going to be so I played saxophone up until 8th grade, and then it was just never played again. And I always wonder how good could I have been maybe, but I just never did.
I'm not sure. I still know how to play, but I don't think I'll play like professionally or go to school for music or something like that. I probably won't.
Have you ever been to New Orleans by any chance?
No.
If you're a trumpet player, I highly recommend some point in time soon, within the next few years, you make it to New Orleans and just walk those streets, check out these guys that play on the streets and take in some of that culture and history and the music. It's absolutely one of my favorite things. Okay. And the food in New Orleans. So gospel choir, what got you into singing? Tell us a little bit about your singing.
Well, when we were in gospel choir, I didn't really sing. We did the dancing. So we did praise dancing and stuff. And I used to love dancing to gospel music. I grew up in the church and that for it. So I wanted to bring it to Coco High. And then me and my friends petitioned to make it a class. We had made it, it was already an activity after school, but we had made it a class, a grade and stuff like that.
So at Coco High, there's a gospel choir class?
If you have enough students that sign up for it, then you will be able to have a gospel choir class.
And y'all sing and work on your voice and work on your clap and all that stuff. That's awesome. I think that's awesome. So track and field, you were on track and field, is that correct?
Yes, I ran track and field when I first got to Coco in middle school. I ran it up till my 10th grade year. During my 10th grade year, I started running hurdles, and I went all the way to regionals with my hurdles. And then 11th grade year, I took a year off so I could play basketball for AAU and stuff.
Do you miss track?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I was really good at it, so I do miss it, but it wasn't my passion. It wasn't a love for it.
Okay, so let's get into your passion. I'm assuming basketball. Verify. Is that correct? Is basketball your passion?
Yes, it is.
How long have you been playing the game of basketball, which is my favorite sport in the world? I don't want to talk about me, but that's my favorite sport, so I love talking hoops. How long have you been playing basketball for?
Since 4th grade. I first started with Upwards in, Merritt Island. I think that's.
Were you dominating all the kids since 4th grade?
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
From speaking with you before the interview, you're humble. I'm not going to get any of this cocky swag crap talking on here. You're too humble for that. But let's talk about high school a little bit. So Coco Tigers, y'all had a pretty good run last year. Made it to the Final Four, fell just a little bit short. Tell us a little bit in general about the season y'all had on the court and how it ended.
When we first started the season, we had new recruits and people coming from different schools, and we had to bond outside of basketball to be able to play the way we played. So during the season, we had to learn how to play and what each person's abilities are. Learn your teammates, what they are capable of and what they're not capable of. throughout the season, we started winning, winning in a proud way, and we put in our work in the practice during the practice times to be able to put it into the game. Near the end of the season, I feel like that we were very bonded. We even when we were down, we had hope, and all we had on the court was each other. Nobody else was on the court besides us. So we had to work with what we had on the court, and we just came out with the wins.
Well, y'all fell just a little short in the state Final Four, but I tell you, making it to the Final Four is quite a accomplishment. It's very hard to get that far in the talent level of, whether it's basketball, any sports in Florida. As you know, Florida is one of the top states in the country as far as talent in every sport. So getting to the Final Four is very tough. Some days you just fall a little short, but it's something to definitely keep your head held high, and you'll always take those memories and things like that with you. They'll be talking points with your kids one day and all that fun stuff. Tell us a little bit about your game in particular. Are you a outside shooter? Are you one that penetrates to the hole? Are you a defensive stopper? Tell us a little bit about your game on the court.
I'm more of a sacrificer. I usually take charges, when it's needed. When somebody gets beat off a defense and they're attacking to the basket, I'll take a charge, or I'll be there to stop in front of them. I play the 4 and the 5. Mostly the 5 on defense and the 4 on offense, down low in the paint, where it gets real dirty.
So you like to go down and mix it up a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
So what was it like playing for Asia Patrick? And I don't know her personally, but I do know that she's a legend. She's a former Rockledge Raider. I'm a former Rockledge Raider. What was it like playing for her in terms of discipline and game planning, things like that? Tell us a little bit about that.
She was not only your coach on the court, but she was your personal mentor off the court. I first started playing basketball for her when my freshman year. All 4 years, I was her first year of being here, and it's a lesson to learn. She's very talented. She knows where she come from, and she just taught us a lot of lessons, not only on the court, but on the court. She did teach us that that basketball is like life. You have to take the trials and tribulations and apply them. You have to take what you can't do and make it better. Not only, you can do this, but she always taught us you can do more. There's more you can improve on. You don't ever settle. That's what kind of coach she is.
I love that answer, because you're exactly right. And that's going to take you a long way in this life, is to learn every day. There's new challenges. No one's perfect, so you got to keep working. Did she ever play with y'all at practice and scrimmage with y'all?
Yes, she did.
Does she still have it?
Yeah, she does. Don't try it.
Okay, so if you and her were to play one-on-one and you went to 15, who would win and what would the score be if you had to take a guess?
It would probably be her. She'd probably win, but the score would probably be like 8-15. I'm a scorer. All right, okay? Coach
Patrick, you heard that. We might have to do that one-on-one and broadcast it and just see. That would actually be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right, so now that your playing days are done at Coco High, what are you going to miss the most about being around the teammates and the girls and the environment of the sport of basketball?
I'm going to miss the locker rooms and my team encouraging me, because you have to have that bond to be able for your team, like the bench, the energy, and all of that. I'm gonna miss it. Those girls, most of those girls been there since we first started. When Coach Aja first got here, it's gonna be a lot, and it's gonna be a bigger experience to gain that when I go to college.
What's the term Coco Pride mean to you?
Energy. I think it means energy. To be able to have Coco Pride, you got to have energy. When you come to games, you just feel the Coco Pride, and there's a lot of energy in the gym.
From an old Rockledge boy, I always think of tough, because when we used to go play them, it wasn't going to be an easy game. It was going to be some scrapping. The crowds are big, it's just the talent level is high, all that fun stuff. So after high school, you haven't decided quite where you want to go yet. You got some different options in mind. You're talking about heading up North Florida. What are those schools that you have as options for you?
I have UNF, TCC, FAU, UCF, but I'm not sure. My top choices are UNF and TCC, because if I go to TCC, I can transfer to FAMU and play for them too.
Okay, so we might look for you in that the orange and green, huh?
Yes.
Well, Tallahassee, FAMU's a talented team in basketball. There's been a few girls from this area that I know of back 30 years ago when I played that went up there. All right, so let's get off the basketball court a little bit and let's talk about some fun stuff. What have you been doing lately outside of the world of sports? What does Jaylah like to do outside of sports in your pastime?
I like to hang with friends, I don't like going to the beach. Everybody been going to the beach, but
You like going to the beach?
no.
I'm right there
hot.
with you. Well, and there's sharks in the water too.
Yes. I've been fishing, I like to go swimming and I like to, do stuff like that.
Hold up, let's talk about some fishing. Fishing is one of my favorite things in the world. What kind of fishing do you do?
I don't know.
What kind of fish do you catch? Are you going to the river, the ocean? Are you going to local ponds? What do
We
you
go to rivers, the Banana River and the river, I'm trying to think.
The
You know
Indian
the river off of US 1?
Indian River.
Yeah, that one. We go to that river too.
So who cooks the fish when you catch fish? Who's the cook in the family?
I don't fish with my family, but I haven't caught anything and cooked it yet.
Okay. So let me ask you this: as far as high school, not basketball, but as far as high school, being at the school, being around your friends, what are you going to miss most about Coco High School?
The teachers and the pep rallies, the lunchrooms, the lunchroom pep rallies when they play the music and the cheerleaders and the football games and stuff like that. I'm going to miss a lot.
I mean, I already miss it just talking to you, bringing back those days. Did you by any chance happen to watch the Last Dance Michael Jordan series that was just on ESPN?
No.
Oh, man. I talked to some young guys yesterday that didn't watch it either. I'm like, y'all got to watch this because it shows you basketball in the 80s and 90s. I'm not going to be this old guy that sits there and brags about basketball. You should go back and watch it, though. Plus, it tells you a lot about Michael Jordan, the player he was. My idol has been a terrible year because Kobe Bryant, and we all know about that story, tragic. But, I put him up there, Michael Jordan, number 1, Kobe Bryant, number 2, LeBron 3. How do you rank the top 3 players ever? It doesn't even have to be those 3.
Okay, I think Kobe's the best. Well, I think Michael Jordan and Kobe are equal, but I'm going to put Michael Jordan on top, Kobe, and then Curry, and then LeBron.
Oh, I like it. LeBron, sorry. Get out of here, LeBron. Who has had the biggest impact on your life? Maybe 1 or 2 people. Doesn't have to be basketball related, but who's just been there for you and had a big impact on your life?
I have 3 people.
Name as many as you want.
Okay, first, my grandma, she's not here anymore, but I know that she's pushed me through into my entire high school. She wasn't here for my middle school dance or my, first graduation or any of that, but she has been here in my heart. So that is my top inspiration. I always want to make her proud. My mom, she has really inspired me. Even though she gets on me, I know that she only loves me for who I am and she wants better for me. And that is really somebody that I want to make proud and not disappoint. And lastly, Coach Asia, because when I was in 9th grade, from the beginning, she was trying to make me a young lady. I wasn't developing yet because, it's hard to talk to just your family, somebody outside of your family that feels like family, like another mom or another person to you. It's good to have one of those people, and I was lucky enough to have a person like that because not a lot of people have that in their life.
I've always been a believer that a coach, even though it's not their responsibility or their job duty, they can have a big impact, bigger than parents sometimes.
You're right.
Because the athletes look up to them. They're a mentor, they're a coach, everything about them. So coaches are super important. We actually want to start featuring more coaches on this show too, so we can really let the community get to know them. Very impressive answers, and I appreciate you taking the time. Lastly, is there any friends out there you just want to give a shout out to and say, what's up?
My basketball team. What's up, y'all? But that's it.
What are they all doing right now? Are they sleeping in? Are they out training? What would some of the girls on the basketball team be doing right now? It's 10:30 in the morning. Are they sleepers or are they trainers?
Sleeping. Some might be working. Some are training. And yeah, that's basically our team.
If you had to name one girl on the team that would just be sleeping the longest, the laziest one, that's going to sleep till 2 o'clock today, who is that?
I ain't gonna put them out like that.
All right, I tried. But Jaylah, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
And we're going to keep up with you. I hope everything goes well in the next stage of your life up there, whatever school you choose. If you walk on at FAMU and all that good stuff, we want to keep up with you. But definitely, if y'all are going by 524. Make sure y'all pop into McDonald's. Jaylah's been working hard to save some money.
Yes.
She's been working hard to staying, doing the right thing, staying out of trouble, and just putting that money away. All right. So for Jaylah Parks, I'm Tracy Rayum. This is 321 Sportscast. I appreciate y'all taking the time. Have a good day.